in my talk, I will give some relation between eigenvalues and graph parameters. And eigenvalues comes from some popular graph matrices. For example, adjacency matrix, Laplacian matrix, and Snyder's Laplacian matrix. We begin with the definition of Laplacian matrix. The Laplacian matrix of a graph G is defined by denoted by Lg, and it is defined by Lg is equal to Bg minus Ag. Bg minus Ag. Bg is the diagonal matrix. Its diagonal entries are the degrees of the vertices of a graph. Basically, diagonal entries are d1, d2, dn. Di is the degree of the vertex di, and Ag is the adjacency matrix of graph G. Another definition also we can say is the ijth entry of the Laplacian matrix Lij is equal to di if I is equal to j, basically diagonal entries, and non-diagonal entries -1 if vi dj belongs to E and 0 otherwise. Generally, this Laplacian matrix is positive semi-definite, so all the eigenvalues are non-negative, and generally we denote Laplacian eigenvalues by mu1 into mu_n. Mu_n always is equal to 0, and mu1 is the largest Laplacian eigenvalue, and mu_n-1 is the second smallest. These two eigenvalues are very important. People are studying only these two, basically mu1 and mu_n-1. Mu_n-1 is also called algebraic connectivity, and algebraic connectivity is greater than 0 if and only if graph is connected. And the spectrum, Laplacian spectrum is this. And now I want to give three results. First result is for connected graph. Mu1, largest eigenvalue is equal to n-1. Definitely graph order is n, with n vertices in the graph. And largest eigenvalue n-1, then the maximum value of this is equal to n. And second result, this is only for simple graph, order n. And mu1 is equal to n-1, and mu_n-1 is equal to 1. So largest eigenvalue n-1 and second smallest is 1. Then both G and G bar have diameter 3. And third result, this is conjecture by Hansen. This for connected graph G of order n, diameter d, algebraic connectivity Ag, then Ag plus capital D greater equal to 3. Now I want to give the proof of these three results. Basically, conjecture is very simple because you can see when d is greater equal to 3, then it is automatically hold. Only interested thing is only when the graph diameter is 2. Because when graph diameter is 1, that time this is complete graph, and complete graph this algebraic connectivity is n, so also hold. Only interested, we are interested for the graphs of diameter 2. I will show the proof. So, but all the three results are dependent on this result. So first I want to give the proof of this. This is the upper bound of the largest Laplacian eigenvalue mu1, and this mu1 less than equal to maximum of vi dj belongs to E mod of ni, uni, and nj. Ni is the neighbor set of the vertex vi, and also graph is connected graph order n, and at least one edge in the graph. So I want to give the proof of this result. Let capital X is the eigenvector, eigencomponents are x1 to xn, and corresponding eigenvalue mu1 of the Laplacian matrix Lg. And here we consider this, the eigencomponent xi is maximum of all eigencomponents. Xi is maximum, and xj is the minimum of xk such that vi dk belongs to E. This is very important for the proof of this result. And from the definition of eigenvalue and eigenvector, we know that Lgx is equal to mu1x. And from that, we want to write, because you see this, from this we can write mu1x suppose xj is equal to bj xj minus summation xk, summation over k, vk vi belongs to. So you can see, we can write this Lgx is equal to mu1x is equal to this, and j is equal to 1 to n, because from this matrix, Ng matrix, and x is eigenvector, so we can write n linear equations from this, where j is equal to 1 to n. So we have n linear equation. Out of n linear equation, we consider the ith equation. Ith equation we can write in this form. How we can write? Because I told you here, you just see xi is the maximum and xj is the minimum of this such that vi belongs to. So for this case, so you see xi component and its corresponding vertex is vi. Suppose this is vi vertex and this is vj vertex. This is adjacent, and suppose like this vertices and also here like this. Then you can see here ith equation. Ith equation we write this minus this minus. This is basically this component. These components common vi and j. So these components are here, and this one you can see these components. And for jth equation we write from this. Jth equation is this. Here you can see this one, the common neighbor. So this component and this one. Sorry. This one. This is here. Each component. So this is ith equation, this is jth equation. Now we subtract jth equation from ith equation. Then after simplification we will get this. Here also we use condition xi is greater than or equal to xk for all k, and also another condition here, this one xj less than is equal to xk such that vi belongs to this. With these two conditions we simplify and we get this result, and this is we can write in this form where vi belongs to. So you can see we get our upper bound on mu1. Okay. And next, this result here characterize the graphs, extremal graphs. We will give a simple connected graph at least one edge. Then mu1 is equal to this if and only g belongs to f plus. F plus, okay, I will explain. This is a class of graphs. First I want to explain bipartite semiregular graph. So this is one set S, another set T, and all edges like this, and each vertex in the set S degree R, and each vertex has in the set T has degree S. Then we can say that this is RS semiregular bipartite graph. So first this is bipartite, but each vertex in this set has degree R, and here each vertex degree S. So this is RS semiregular bipartite graph. And here F plus is the class of graphs H such that H is bipartite semiregular graph or super graph of this such that if any edge in the set S or T, then if suppose any edge you can join, if this vertex and this vertex has same set of neighbors in the set T, then you can join. And also suppose this vertex and this vertex has same set of neighbors in the set T, then you can join it. So in that way you can see this is the super graph of bipartite semiregular graph is this class, F class. Next, this GP simple connected graph. mu1 is equal to n minus 1, then this is equal to n. You can see from our upper bound, if mu1 is equal to n minus 1, then this value is either n minus 1 or n. But by contradiction, we can show that this value is equal to n minus 1 is not possible. So it must be equal to n. Next, and also you can see from this result, we can say that the graph diameter is at most 3. More than 3 is not possible because this is equal to n. So from that we can say the graph diameter at most 3. Now here next, largest eigenvalue n minus 1, second smallest is 1, then both G and G bar have diameter 3. Already I told you, when mu1 is equal to n minus 1, then the graph G has diameter at most 3. And diameter 1 is not possible because diameter 1 complete graph, and in that case mu1 is exactly equal to n. So we can say that graph diameter is either 2 or 3. But another given condition is algebraic connectivity is 1. So by contradiction also we can show that the graph diameter 2 is not possible because the algebraic connectivity is 1. So from this statement we can say that the graph diameter is exactly equal to 3. And also we know that if mu1 is equal to n minus 1, mu n minus 1 is equal to 1, then complement graph G bar is the complement graph of G. Then in the complement graph G bar, also largest eigenvalue n minus 1 and second smallest is 1. So similarly we can show that G bar has diameter 3. So we prove this G and G bar both have diameter 3. Basically here we use this theorem, this result here you see G, its Laplacian spectrum mu n to mu1, then the Laplacian spectrum of G bar, complement graph of G is this 0, n minus mu1, n minus mu2, n minus mu, n minus 2, n minus mu, n minus 1. This is the spectrum of G bar, complement graph of G. Now I want to give the lower bound of the algebraic connectivity Ag, or you can say mu n minus 1. Basically it depends on the upper bound on the largest eigenvalue. So you can see of G bar. And also here some notation you can see. And this is the neighbor set of the vertex Vi including vertex Vi. So this is equal to Ni union Vi. And mod x is the cardinality of x. And if G bar is connected graph, then the equality holds this if and only G bar belongs to F plus. I already defined this. Here you can see the proof. Ag is equal to n minus mu1 G bar. G bar is the complement graph of G. So using the last lemma. Now we already find out the upper bound on the largest eigenvalue. So this here, so here should be greater. And so just simplify this equal to, you can write this also, and simplify it, then this, and finally you get this because this mod of Ni bar intersection mod of Nj bar, this plus Ni bar, this is the neighbor set of the vertex Vi in G bar. So that's why bar plus Ni union Nj, this is equal to n. So using this we finally get this result. So this is the here actually we should, yes, beta equal. So this is the lower bound, and
this, yes. But this is 0 for any graph with diameter bigger than 2, this lower bound is 0.
yes. This is, unfortunately, this lower bound gives 0 if diameter 3 or more. So this is only interesting for diameter 2, because actually we give this lower bound to prove our conjecture. So for conjecture actually this is important, otherwise this is not interesting. And also you can see previously 2 lower bounds are given by Moore, given by this lower bound 4 by nd. B is the diameter, A is the number of vertices. Another Lu et al. With this bound, but you can see always this gives less than 1 lower bounds. But our lower bound always gives some integer value. But this is only applicable for diameter 2. But always gives some integer value. But this is always fraction, you can see this. So also here H2 graph this, H3 graph this. For these 2 graphs also we compare Moore bound and Lu bound and our bound. You can see our bound gives exact result for diameter 2 graph basically. Okay, now you can see the proof of this conjecture. Connected graph, diameter D, algebraic connectivity AG, so AG plus D beta equal to 3. Equality holds if and only if G is isomorphic to graph H1 union H2 joint isolated vertices, where H1 and H2 are any 2 graphs has that number of vertices in H plus number of vertices in H2 is equal to n minus 1. Because if D is a connected graph, so AG always gets strictly greater than 0. If D is greater or equal to 3, then this is holds, strictly holds, this is inequality. And D1 is not means for complete graph also this strictly holds. But when diameter is 2, then from our lower bound is always greater or equal to 1. So AG greater or equal to 1. So you can see this also holds. And from this inequality means our lower bound also we characterize the extremal graphs. The extremal graph looks like this one. This is H1 graph, this is H2 graph, and this is one isolated vertex joined to each vertex in H1 and also each vertex in H2. This. So this is the extremal graph, equality holds. Next conjecture is this number of vertices n, connected graph with matching number mu and algebraic connectivity A, then A into mu is greater or equal to 1 with equality holding if and only if G is isomorphic to the star. So here I want to give one counter example for this conjecture. So we define the Sn star. Sn star is a graph. How we can make it just star of n minus 1 vertices and join one pendant edge. So this is star of n minus 1 vertices join with one pendant edge. Then we can get Sn star. So for this graph, we want to show that this conjecture does not hold. So here first we want to find out the algebraic connectivity less than, strictly less than half. So first we find out the characteristic polynomial called Sn star, and characteristic polynomial is this, where phi lambda is given by this, and from this characteristic polynomial you can find out the value directly of phi 0. You can find out phi 0 and phi half, and you can see that different sign phi 0 and phi half value gives different signs, so at least one root lie between 0 and half. So algebraic connectivity lie between means less than half. So the counter example here you can see this is less than half, and for Sn star matching number is 2. So for this Sn star A into mu is strictly less than 1. So this is the counter example. Now I want to give the definition of signless Laplacian matrix. Signless Laplacian matrix is denoted by Qg, and Qg is defined by Qg is dg plus ag. Like same like Laplacian matrix, but here minus is replaced by plus sign. And signless Laplacian eigenvalues denoted by this Q1 to Qn. And this is the signless Laplacian spectrum. And next conjecture given by Sibeth-Kovic, and let G be a connected graph, and Q1 minus Qn, this difference, largest and smallest difference, is minimum for path Pn and for an odd cycle Cn, and is maximum for the graph star complete graph on n minus 1 vertices plus 1 pendant h. So its structure looks like this. This is the complete graph, an minus 1 and 1 pendant h. So this looks like a kite. Basically people say short kite. So this is for maximum value, means maximal graph this one, and minimal graph is path and cycle, odd cycles. Actually we can give the proof of this conjecture using Rayleigh's theorem. Rayleigh's theorem, you can say x is the eigenvector, y is also eigenvector, and two non-zero vectors, and Q1 is equal to this, and Qn is equal to Q1 is maximum of this, Qn is minimum of this. Using this result, basically we want to prove for the case minimum is minimum, not maximum. Maximum still open, not true. I will show you the proof for minimum case. So the statement is this: Q1 minus Qn greater equal to 2 plus 2 plus 5 by n. Equality holds if and only if G isomorphic to path Pn or G isomorphic cycle Cn. Cn is the cycle of odd length. We just see the proof for delta is equal to delta is the maximum degree. So when maximum degree is 2, then only cycle or path. So for cycle and path, we know exactly the signless Laplacian eigenvalues, and from that we can check this holds. Equality holds when path Pn and cycle Cn, and cycle Cn is a cycle of odd length, n is odd, and equality holds. And when in even case, that time strictly inequality is strictly holds, and otherwise delta greater equal to 3. So maximum degree greater than or equal to 3. In that case, we have to show that Q1 minus Qn greater equal to 4, because this value is 4 greater. We always look for this. So first we can see for tree. Okay. Actually we use this result. I told you Rayleigh's theorem. Always we use. So this you should remember this one. For tree case, we know that Qn is exactly equal to 0 for tree, and so in that case, Q1, we know that Q1 is always greater equal to delta plus 1, and delta is greater equal to 3. So Q1 greater equal to 4, and Qn is equal to 0. So Q1 minus Qn greater equal to 4 volts. For 3, always volts. Now otherwise G must have a cycle. Now we consider two cases. Case 1, G contains cycle C21. Means even cycle. If any even cycle in the graph, then we consider this denoted by C2R, and vertices of the cycle are G1 to G2R. if any even cycle. Okay. In that case, we put xi is equal to 1 for I is equal to 1 to 2r. So if cycle C2y, so in that case you can see we put xi is equal to 1, I is equal to 1 to 2r, and xi is equal to 0 otherwise in the Rayleigh theorem. And yi is equal to 1 for I is equal to 1, 3, 5, 2r minus 1, odd number. And yi is equal to minus 1 for even number, 2, 4, I is equal to 2, 4, 6, 2r. And yi is equal to 0 otherwise. If you put these values in the Rayleigh theorem, then you can find out q1 minus qn is greater than or equal to 4. We prove this. If any cycle, even length in the graph, then we prove. Otherwise, case 2, there are only cycles of odd length contained in G. Only odd cycle. So in that case, we must have two adjacent vertices of degree 2 or del is equal to 1. Delta is minimum degree. So in that case, we know that Qn is less than equal to delta. So we can prove that Qn less than equal to 1. So if delta greater than equal to 4, then also it holds because Q1 is greater than equal to 5 because delta plus 1, so 5, and Qn less than equal to 1, so it holds. So only remain this thing. Only in the graph only odd cycles and delta maximum degree is equal to 3. So in that case you just see if any one cycle of odd length with vertices of degree 3. So any cycle, odd cycle, odd length cycle, and all the vertices on that are degree 3, then also we can prove that Q1 minus Qn greater equal to 4. Because in that case Q1 is greater equal to 5 and Qn always less than equal to 1, so it holds. Otherwise there are at least one vertex in any cycle of degree 2. Any odd cycle, at least one vertex has degree 2. So in that case we put xi is equal to 1 in the Rayleigh theorem for all I. Then Q1 get this. Here Q is the number of cycles. And since there are no edges common between any two cycles of odd length in G, otherwise we can get an even cycle. So we choose vector component yi as follows. For each cycle of odd length in G, there exists a vertex vk of degree 2 corresponding to the vector component is 0. So I told you each odd cycle at least one vertex has degree 2. So this component is 0 and all other components are alternately plus 1 or minus 1. Then if you put these values in the Rayleigh theorem, then you can find Qn less than equal to this. Here Q is the number of cycles in the graph. And after that you can see if Q greater equal to 4, then this is false. So only remaining three subcases, Q1, Q is equal to 1, Q is equal to 2, and Q is equal to 6. So in this special three cases, we can use these graphs and Rayleigh theorem and prove this result.
How much time? 1 minute. 1 minute.
Okay, so I will do some open problem here. You can see open problem still open. AG by delta is minimum for the graph composed of two triangles linked with a path. So like this minimal graph. So this graph gives extremal graph, minimal for this. Still open. And next open problem is here you can see irregularity. Irregularity basically lambda 1 minus d1. Lambda 1 is the largest adjacency eigenvalue and d1 is the 2m by n, means this. So this value, this is called irregularity of a graph, lambda 1 minus d bar, and conjecture is most irregular connected graph on n vertices is a pineapple. Pineapple graph is this, looks actually basically pineapple. This is complete graph on q vertices, and remaining n minus q vertices are here. So this is pineapple graph, P A N Q. Complete graph on q vertices, and remaining n minus q vertices are adjacent to one vertex. So this graph gives the maximum, most irregular connected graph is a pineapple. This one. Q is equal to n by 2 plus 1. And another conjecture is here, bug. What is bug? Bug P, Q1, Q2 is a graph obtained from a complete graph KP by deleting an edge Vi, Vj and attaching paths PQ1 and Pi and PQ2 at Vj. Here, suppose this is the complete graph on Kp, P vertices, and here Vi, and this is Vj, this is you remove it, and here one path, here one path. This. And we are saying that for G is the connected graph, and lambda 1 is the largest adjacent eigenvalues, D is the diameter, so product is maximum for a bar of diameter, D is equal to n plus 1 by 2. This is also still open.
Okay, maybe we have time for one short question.
So you had this conjecture to which you gave the counterexamples, it's a matching number times algebraic connectivity. But I think there are graphs for which algebraic connectivity is about 1 over n squared. For example, a cycle or a 1 over n squared, even if you multiply by n, even if the matching number is n, the product is much smaller than 1. It's 1 over n.
Yeah.
Well over that. Just the product will be
Just I give one counter example, maybe many more are there.
Okay, which is much smaller.
Yeah.
As close to zero as possible.
Okay, let us send this video once again.